What's up, folks? It's your boy Bob Hollywood back with another exciting review. Today's review is going to be of this Funko Magic the Gathering Legacy Collection. Nissa, Revane. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. I've never really played Magic the Gathering, and I'm not sure how you pronounce this character's name. She is number 4 in the series, apparently, and there's just the one series. If we turn this over in the back real quick, we'll see what other figures are in the series. We have Jace Bellerin, who we've done a review for this on this channel years ago. Garrick Wildspeaker, Ajani Goldmane, again, Nissa's number 4. Liliana Vess, who again we've also done a review for on this channel, and Chandra Nalar. So I'm halfway there, guys. I want to get the others. These are decent figures. I don't have much to say badly about the two figures, Jace and Liliana, other than my Liliana likes to come apart at the waist, but it's not like she's broken. She just comes apart at the waist. Funko can make decent 6-inch figures. I mean, their Game of Thrones figures are a little bit stiff, a little bit risky. What else have they made? They made Evolve. The Evolve figures are like the worst so far. I've had some. I broke the one character. She broke like as soon as she came out. And then I think I have like 2 other figures. One I bought used. I don't attempt to play with them. But anyway, there's Nissa in the front. On the side, we see that image. That image is also right there in the front. That is, I guess, a drawing from the game. It says Legacy Collection. You see this, not a trident because it looks like 5 points, but that could be a city, that could be a plane, that could be anything. On the bottom, we get a bunch of legalese and a barcode. And again, on the back, we got the cross promotion, or at least telling you the other figures. You don't get to see them. And you also see some Wizards of the Coast information. And on this side of the packaging, other than the Legacy Collection symbol there, we just see a side of, I was about to say Liliana, of Nissa. So let's bust her free from her plastic prison. I'll be right back. What's up, folks? I'm back. I got her free. She had those little I can't talk, the little twist ties that some figures get packaged with. She only comes with this one accessory. It looks like a staff of sorts, so I'm guessing she's some sort of magic character. It looks like it's made out of wood. And with her green attire, I believe she has something to do with forests and whatnot. Either way, in Hollyworld, she is a member of the Green. And yeah, again, this is a solid piece of plastic. Decent, I guess, sculpt there. You can feel the wood texture there, but there's not really much details on it. It's just straight lines. It looks like a tree. I'm trying to see where we can get this in. I'm looking at her hand. Her hand seems kind of stiff. Ooh, let's see if I can even rotate her hand. Her hand did rotate. I don't know, folks. I don't want to risk breaking her fingers. I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't want to. So you're not going to see her there. But you see her there with her standing next to it. Let's look at her. She's got a big old head. Looks like an elf. A long head. Long ears. Really scary green eyes. Like, I'm trying to see if there are pupils in there or if that's just the painting. On camera, it looks like pupils. I think there might be pupils. I think there's 2 shades of green in there to give pupils. And she's got, not tattoos, but she's got markings on her face. There's like 5 markings on her face. And as you can see, this collar is really soft. Same material as this. She does have like a crown, a tiara on her head. But the hair, I'm not going to lie, it makes it look like she just has a long head. Lips are painted dark red. There's some purple in that red. The tattoos are also throughout her arms and on her torso. Basically everywhere that you see skin, except for this chest part. Her tattoo is there, and it's not on her back, but it's on the sides. She looks good. Paint on her wrists. There's some brushing there. There's some silver paint there. It's not the best application of the silver, but it's the effort that counts, man. Especially this is an older figure. I think this came out in 20... I put the box too far for me to reach it. Let's see if it says on there. Nope, the only information is that number there. But this is a couple years old. It's like 5 years old at least. Got some rubs on her breast. There's some paint effects there. It's like a little spare paint here on her abs. It's not coming off. She looks good though. I like the softer plastic. I do. Like this is super soft. This is super soft. Her skirt is also soft. And I was going to say maybe it's a different material for these two, but it's the same material. But this is a separate piece that's been glued on. Her boots are harder. She looks good. I like the greens and browns. Very earthy. Very earthy. The only thing black on her is the heels and the soles of her foot. Her feet. Everything else is brown. And, you know, the eyes, those have black. Looks like eyeliner and eyebrows, but that's it. No black. Again, there's no color, there's no paint here or anything, but the fact that they have paint places, they got it in that crease really good. There might be a little fleck there that's not in the right spot, but it looks good, man. Her greens look good. Let's go over her articulation. Her head, I don't think is going to rotate much, just because of the hair is sculpted around that collar. Again, the collar is soft plastic, but still, it does tilt. It does give you some tilt. It looks down very little, and the hair is soft. I'm just realizing this hair is soft. Oh, her ears are harder than her hair, which I guess that makes sense. Not going to look up much. It's just not. You're not going to rotate. Let's see if we can get a T-pose. Oops, I popped that out. That pops out, but there's a hole there. So it's not permanent, but we'll fix it once we're done. That's the T-pose. Not quite perfect. Let's see if I can get this back in there. It's going to be hard because of where her arm is. I might not be able to. In which case, she might have to go without this little bit of flair, you know? It's going to be hard to get in there. Because her arm's in the way from allowing me to push it in. Ugh. You're just not going to worry about it. Yeah, I can't get it because her arm is legit in the way. Got it. But that's always going to be an issue. I'm surprised it didn't pop out on this side. But her arm does rotate at the bicep. And she does have a single jointed elbow that gets you 90. Barely. I'm going to count it as a 90. And she rotates at the wrists. And she also has horizontal hinges on both wrists. So that's cool. Again, we had some trouble with Liliana, and I don't know if it was in the review or if it was just after, but she does rotate at the waist. She doesn't appear to want to pop apart. Nothing at the hip, nothing where the hips meet the torso. And although this is soft, it's not really moving, so I can't get her legs forward or to the side. I'm pretty sure that range of motion is there, but I cannot do anything with the skirt. There is a thigh gap. There is a thigh swivel. And she does have double jointed knees. So she can basically kick her own arse. But she can't sit. She can't kick. She can't split. And she has a boot, forward rocker, and a pivot. That sucks. She can't get better range of motion from her legs, man. That really does. But she's a beautiful figure. She is a really good figure. I know I'm going to have some issues with paint chipping in places. Or not chipping, but, scratching. But she does look good. She looks really good. Let's get her height. Her height, she is almost 6.5, it looks like. Let's zoom in. I mean, I barely zoomed in. I feel like I zoomed out. Almost 6.5. Almost. Let's do some size comparisons. Let's bring in Andra, who is also rocking some green. And wow, Liliana. I keep calling her Liliana. I am sorry. This is pretty tall. She is right up there with these ladies. Her shoulders are higher than Vixen's. Vixen's head is a little bit higher. But her shoulders are actually higher than Vixen's. Andra is taller, but they're up there. She is up there with these ladies. She's a giant. So let's compare her to the giant guys, man, because she's going to dwarf all the other guys. So let's just go ahead and get the tall people out of the way. There is Titus, and there is Roadblock. Again, she's shorter than them. But I just wanted to get the tall people out of the way, and I'm not going to compare her to her bandmates, essentially. I'm just not. Don't have them readily available. They're not members of the review crew. But there is John Jones, taller than her. And there is Devin. He doesn't want to stand, but he is shorter than her. He doesn't want to stand. He's not straight. I apologize, but he's shorter than her. Let's bring who I believe are the two shorter members. Lando. Perfect height for her to give him kisses on the forehead. Same thing with Winston. And these two greens are very similar. I don't remember why I used that Lando that Winston as opposed to the regular. I believe I have two of the regular Winstons on that buck. I just have John Jones' other head on one. And there is Lucio and Black Panther, Eric Killmonger. And she is about the same height as the Black Panther, but taller than Lucio. Maybe a little bit taller than the Black Panther. Anyway, folks, that's this young lady. I'm sorry I didn't show you with her. I didn't want to risk breaking her fingers. But other than that, I'm glad you guys stopped by. I'm glad you were here. I'm glad I got to speak to somebody, and I'm not just in here talking to myself. I'm not just in here playing with toys by myself, even though that's fun too. Anyway, folks, action figures speak louder than words.